Hello person! Today I'm going to show you a cool idea for a trap. Basically first I'll show you how it works, what it does, and then I'll go on to how it's made. Okay, so basically you need a tunnel. It doesn't have to be a tunnel, but I recommend making it with a tunnel. And it doesn't have to be outside like this. In fact, I would much rather recommend that you do it inside, sort of like in a cave, or maybe even in your house. But a cave would work best because, you know, mobs spawn naturally there during the day or night, so you won't have a shortage of bait for your trap. Okay, so how it works? Well, let me first trap myself in it, and then we can go from there. So basically, I'm a monster. I'm walking along, and bang, I'm squished. All of a sudden I'm squished. Okay, so what just happened was, let me just quickly fill this in again. Alright, so what just happened is, if you look here, there it is. There's a little trip wire over here, which, if activated, opens up the panels at the bottom, and each side there are 15 blocks. 3 from top to bottom, and then 5 along the side. You can make it bigger if you like, but I figured the size, I mean, it's not really necessary to make it much bigger. There's water at the bottom. I'll explain that soon enough. But basically how this part of it works is it's simple. There's a tripwire hook on that side, another one on that side. I've added these little holes all along the side so that the tripwire can be even more disguised if you want to do it sort of PvP. Then on the outside, I'll get to this part soon enough, is all the redstone configuration. This I've left exposed just for tutorial purposes, but I would recommend building something around it to hide it. I don't really like exposed redstone. Basically, here's the top layer of pistons, and then there's another one below it and another one below that. So there's 3 layers of 5. And powering them isn't too difficult, but there is a little complication. The complication being the trip wire itself. I think it's going along here. Yeah, it's here somewhere. Basically, if you place down a trip wire, it needs to have no blocks below it. Unless, oh, we have a creeper. Hey, maybe he'll get caught in the trap. Let's see. Go on. Walk along now. Any second. Yeah, okay, he's caught. Alright, cool. So I'll carry on with the tutorial soon. Let's just see what happens to this creeper. Okay, so the creeper has walked, and there we go, it's dead. Okay, so what happens? Now it's dead. Now, if it dropped any loot, that's where that water comes in. The water takes the loot down to here, in this direction, where we have a hopper, or 2, in fact 2 hoppers, 2 or 3 hoppers, I'm not sure. There's some hoppers there, and these hoppers are connected to this minecart, and there we have the gunpowder in the minecart. And to add an extra layer of genius to this idea, on top, I must just find where I've put it now. Let's go ahead. On top there is a daylight sensor, and basically when it reaches midday, I can't remember what the command is for that. Time set, I think it was 7,000 maybe. 7,000. Let's try that. Enter. Okay, there we go. It's reached midday. Now it's sending power through here. Now, of course, the brighter it is, the more power that gets sent, and the power gets sent all the way through to here, and eventually through to here. Okay, and then that powers the rail. Okay, it's not quite right. It needs to be 1 block more, I believe. Let's just make sure of this. Okay, well, just for shortcut purposes, let me just power it directly. There we go. Just add 1 there. Ooh, wrong one. I want what do I want? I want a redstone torch. Okay, so now I'm going to add a redstone torch there. No, that's not going to work. That needs to hit it directly. So here. Okay, there we go. That should have sent off the rail. Okay, cool. So midday, it reaches there. In fact, let me Yeah, no, I'll leave it like that for now. Okay, in fact, no, let me deactivate it, pretend it's nighttime. Okay, so midday comes, it sends the power on. This has to be 15, by the way, blocks long. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way until 15, because midday will give you power strength of 15. Now what that has done is it sent the rail this way, up this part here, and to my house, in brackets. You know, this could be much further away than it is, but basically it sends it here, and it deposits the whatever you've collected, whatever loot you have. Where'd it go now? Oh, that's right. I set it to only stay for a few seconds before it goes back, because over here it's another daylight sensor which sends the power to here, and eventually, I think, I can't remember how strong I made it, but you can set it however you like, to make it go back whenever you like. If that doesn't make too much sense, just leave a comment and I will try to make a more detailed description of how all of this works. Or you can go to my other video which explains all of this in more detail. I'll leave an annotation right now, sort of in the top corner, say there in that area. Alright, there we go. You can click on it now if you like. Or you can continue to watch the video. Anyway, so that's now deposited it into here. Right, so I don't have to do anything. I just leave the trap, it's there, and slowly but surely it collects loot from mobs. Okay, so this is tested again. Now that the cart is returned. Come on, follow me. You don't want to follow me. Come on, aren't you angry? Ah, now you're gonna burn to death. Okay, well that doesn't matter. You saw how it works with that creeper. Okay, so that's basically the idea. The mob gets caught in the trap, and killed. The items get taken with the water all the way to here, and then it's deposited into here, and then come daytime, midday in fact, the power gets strong enough to reach here, because this has to be exactly 15. You can see it's now reached here, so the less light there is, less power there is, and so on. Okay, so only at midday does that get moved to there. It goes to the house for just long enough to deposit the items and gets sent back only a few seconds later. I've set it so that it actually only stays for a few seconds. Okay, so that's this trap. The one downside about this trap is it doesn't work so well on spiders. Now there is a workaround, which is kind of stupid, but it's the only one I have right now, and that is to leave a little gap like this, and then you take out your sword and you kill the spider, because the water will naturally push it forward, and then you can just zap it and it will do the same thing. The other option is to take out the water entirely, and instead of 3 pistons down, you make it a 4th row so that the bottom row also squishes, and the whole bottom floor needs to be made from hoppers, and each hopper needs to be connected to the next, to the next, to the next, so it travels all the way to here. That is possible. If you need more information on hoppers, you can once again just go to my video. I'll leave a link in the description as well, but or you can just go to my channel. It's called Minecraft 1.5 Update. And that is the trap. Okay, so a little more detail on how I've configured this redstone. It's a little bit complicated. Like I said, leave a comment if you need more detailed descriptions. But basically, what makes it complicated is the fact that this wire cannot have any blocks below it, except for stairs. Funny enough, stairs and half slabs actually work. You don't need to worry about that. But if I put an actual block here, let me show you what happens. If I put a block, it breaks the whole sort of chain, right? So that's why I've put stairs. Minecraft for some reason doesn't actually detect a stair as a block usually would be detected, and you know, it's just a nice way to cover things up correctly. I've done the same on this side, by the way. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh no, this is my other creation, which is featured in my previous video. But But yeah, it's also very helpful to know that a half slab does not cut off a redstone signal, whereas a full slab will cut it off. Right, so, and I think the same applies to stairs. Yes, stairs and half slabs do not cut it off, so that's a very good way to just cover up your redstone circuitry. Okay, so this is quite complicated, but I'll try to give a quick explanation. You don't have to watch the whole video. By this point, you should get the trick, and you should get the idea, and you should be able to build it yourself. But let me just show you more or less what's happening. Okay, this top row, these two are powering these two pistons, and on the other side it's identical. So I'm not going to show the other side. They are identical. So these two power those two. Then down here you have these guys, which send power to the next row of pistons, and as well as the pistons below that. So these actually give power to two sets of pistons. As for the middle pistons, they are not receiving power because of the string that's coming across. There's no redstone there to remove the redstone to make room for the string. So I've created this little thing here to power this one directly, and at the same time at the bottom I've can I destroy this? I cannot. I've created another one to power the bottom piston, which also does not get power. So you can look at this configuration, try to copy it. If not, I will build it from scratch in a different video. Just leave a comment and I will do that for you. Alright, otherwise that is the first of my cool ideas. Stay tuned, I do have another one already built, which I will show you soon. It's quite a cool one. It's another trap, and you'll see it in the next video. If it's not uploaded yet, well, just give it a day or two and you will find it. Oh, cheese and rice. Alright, cheers person.